The village of Greenford lay quietly under a silver moon, its tiny wooden houses glimmering softly in the cool night air. It was the kind of place where nothing unusual ever happened, where people left doors unlocked, where children played near the forest, and where peace seemed almost permanent. But that illusion shattered the day Emily Turner found the trembling stray dog behind her house. Emily was 15, sharp-eyed, curious, and far braver than anyone her age had the right to be. She had always felt a strange connection to animals. But the dog she found that night was different. There was something ancient in his eyes, something wild, something wounded. He was large, with mottled brown fur and a scar over one eye. His ribs showed slightly through his coat, and his paws were dusty, as though he had traveled for days. Emily knelt beside him slowly. "Hey boy, it's okay. I'm not going to hurt you." The dog lifted his head weakly, sniffed her palm, and then unexpectedly pressed his forehead gently against her hand. Emily's heart melted. She whispered, "Rocco. Your name is Rocco." She didn't know why she said it. It simply felt right. Rocco stayed. At first, her parents resisted. Her mother reminded her they didn't have money for a pet. Her father argued that stray dogs could be dangerous. But Emily insisted. She took responsibility, feeding him leftovers, bathing him, giving him the softest blanket she could find. And slowly, Rocco formed an unbreakable bond with the family. He followed Emily everywhere, to school, to the river, to the marketplace. But the strangest part, Rocco understood. Not like a normal dog. He felt moods. He reacted to danger before it came. He seemed to know what Emily would say before she said it. For months, life was peaceful. Until the night of the Hollowoods tremor. It was past midnight when the ground shook violently. Windows rattled. Plates fell off shelves. The villagers burst from their houses in panic. Emily jolted awake, clutching her blanket. "Mom, Dad." Her parents rushed in, terrified. "It's an earthquake. Stay where you are." But Rocco was different. He wasn't afraid. He was alert. He stood at the window, stiff-legged, ears pointed, growling low. His fur stood up like static electricity crawling through him. Emily crawled to him. "Rocco, what is it?" The tremor stopped. But Rocco didn't relax. He growled again, deeper, more urgent, and bolted out the door. "Rocco!" Emily shouted as she ran after him. Her parents called her back, but she didn't stop. Rocco was moving too fast. She chased him across the yard, toward the dark tree line of Hollow Woods, a dense forest that villagers avoided after sunset. "Rocco, wait." But he wasn't waiting. He disappeared into the shadows of the trees. Emily hesitated at the forest edge. The woods stood silent, almost breathing. The moonlight barely pierced the thick canopy. Every part of her body whispered danger. But Rocco was inside, and she couldn't leave him. She stepped into the darkness. The forest was unnaturally cold. With every step, she felt as if someone were watching her, stalking her from between the trunks. Branches cracked behind her. But when she turned, nobody was there. She shivered and hugged her arms around herself. "Rocco, where are you?" she whispered. A distant howl echoed through the woods. It wasn't a normal howl. It wasn't the cry of a wolf or dog. It was deeper, older, wrong. Emily froze. That wasn't Rocco. Then she heard a loud bark. "Rocco!" She sprinted toward the sound, leaves crunching loudly beneath her shoes. She stumbled over roots, panting, branches slapping her face. But she didn't stop. She reached a clearing. And there he was, Rocco, standing in front of a massive, ancient stone arch, half buried in the earth. Vines wrapped its sides. Strange symbols were carved deep into its surface, symbols that glowed faintly blue in the moonlight. Emily's heart hammered in her chest. "What is that?" Rocco growled at the arch. The symbols pulsed. The air hummed, and then a blast of icy wind burst from the archway, knocking Emily backward. She hit the ground hard and gasped. "Rocco!" The dog stood his ground, teeth bared, fur bristling. The symbols flashed brighter. The air shimmered. A swirling void formed in the center of the arch, a portal of blue light rippling like water. Something moved behind it. A shadow. Tall. Inhuman. Crawling toward the opening. Emily screamed, "Rocco, run!" But instead of running, Rocco lunged at the portal. His jaws clamped down on something Emily couldn't see. A shriek echoed through the forest, a horrific, unnatural sound that made Emily cover her ears. The portal flickered. The symbols dimmed. The shadow retreated. And then the portal collapsed in a violent flash of white. Emily shielded her face. When she opened her eyes, the arch was dark, dead, silent. But Rocco lay collapsed in the dirt, motionless. Emily crawled toward him, sobbing. "Rocco, no, no, please, wake up." She shook him. Nothing. She pressed her ear to his chest. Nothing. Her tears fell onto his fur. "Please don't leave me." For a long moment, the forest was silent. Then, Rocco gasped. Emily's breath caught. Rocco, his eyes opened, glowing faintly blue around the edges. Not normal blue. The same blue as the portal. Emily stumbled back, terrified and relieved all at once. Rocco stood, shakily. He looked at her, not frightened, not weak. Different. Changed. Emily whispered, "What happened to you?" Rocco stepped toward her, lowered his head, and nudged her hand gently. His touch was warm. But the forest behind him felt colder, darker, and very much awake. Somewhere deep in the woods, the same unnatural howl echoed again. Emily swallowed hard. "This isn't over, is it?" Rocco didn't bark. He simply stared into the darkness, eyes glowing, softly ready for what came next. And Emily realized something horrifying. The portal wasn't opening. It was awakening. And Rocco was now connected to it. The night after the portal incident, Emily couldn't sleep. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw the glowing arch, the swirling blue, the shadow writhing behind it, and Rocco collapsing like the life had been sucked out of him. But what scared her most wasn't the portal. It was Rocco's eyes. They still glowed faintly, even in the morning. Her mother noticed it first. "Emily, does Rocco look different to you?" Emily swallowed. "He's just tired. He was scared last night." Her mother frowned, but didn't argue. She didn't know the truth. Nobody did. Rocco wasn't scared. He was transformed. He followed Emily silently everywhere, pacing slower than usual, as though listening to some distant sound she couldn't hear. Sometimes, he would stop suddenly, raise his head, and stare off toward hollow woods, as if sensing a message being whispered through the trees. Emily tried distracting him, treats, toys, walks, but he wasn't interested. His mind was somewhere else. By afternoon, villagers began gossiping. Mrs. Keller, the baker's wife, asked, "Emily, dear, your dog, his eyes look strange. Is he all right?" "He's fine," Emily said quickly. But the villagers weren't convinced. By evening, rumors spread. Rocco was sick. Rocco was cursed. Rocco wasn't really a dog. Emily ignored them all. She knew Rocco. She trusted him. But even she couldn't ignore what happened at midnight. She woke to a low growl, vibrating through her room. Rocco stood beside her bed, staring at the window, ears, stiff body trembling, teeth bared. "Rocco," Emily whispered. He growled again. Something was outside. Emily climbed out of bed slowly. The window was half open, letting in a cold wind much sharper than the night before. A shadow flitted across the yard. Emily's heart seized. The same unnatural howl echoed through the night, closer this time. Not from the forest. From the village. Rocco lunged to the door. Emily chased him. "Rocco, wait." He didn't wait. He slammed his shoulder into the front door, forcing it open, and bolted outside. Emily grabbed her flashlight and ran after him into the cold darkness. The village was in chaos. Lights flickered on in houses. Doors opened. People stepped outside in confusion. "What's happening? Do you hear that? Was that an animal?" But Emily saw it first. At the far end of the village, something moved, something tall and crooked, crawling across rooftops like a spider made of shadows. Its limbs were long, too long. Its head jerked unnaturally. Its body flickered like smoke, fighting to stay solid. Emily gasped, hand over her mouth. "No, that can't be real." Rocco growled so loudly it echoed down the road. The creature turned. Its glowing, watery blue eyes locked onto Rocco. Emily stumbled back. "Rocco, I don't think it's just looking." The creature let out a gurgling shriek and leaped from the roof to the ground, landing on all fours, cracking the earth beneath it. Children screamed. Villagers ran back into their homes. Rocco didn't run. He stepped forward. His eyes glowed brighter, matching the creature's color exactly. Emily whispered, "Rocco, you know it, don't you?" The creature hissed, and the air rippled as if gravity distorted around its body. A dark haze poured from its limbs, eating the moonlight. Then the creature charged. Rocco met it halfway. The clash was explosive. Rocco lunged, jaws snapping around the creature's arm. The creature screeched and swung its other arm toward Rocco, knocking him aside with the force of a boulder. Rocco rolled, regained his footing instantly, and attacked again. Emily watched, terrified, helpless. "Rocco, stop, please." But he didn't hear her, or couldn't, or wouldn't. He wasn't just fighting, He was defending her. The village. Everything. The creature wrapped a shadowy tendril around Rocco's neck, lifting him off the ground. Emily screamed and ran forward. Rocco. Without thinking, she picked up a fallen piece of wood and threw it at the creature with all her strength. It struck its head. The creature shrieked and dropped Rocco. Rocco landed on his feet and immediately lunged again. But this time he didn't bite. The blue glow in his eyes intensified until it burst outward in a shockwave of shimmering light. The creature flew back, slamming into a wooden fence that splintered instantly. Emily gasped. Rocco. What was that? Rocco stared at her, briefly, his eyes glowing like embers. Then he turned toward the creature again. But the creature was already dissolving into a misty shape, retreating toward the forest. Emily took a step forward. It's running. Rocco barked sharply and sprinted after it. Emily hesitated for a moment, then ran after him, ignoring terrified shouts from the villagers. They reached the edge of hollow woods again. The creature vanished into the trees. Rocco stopped at the entrance. Emily bent over, breathing hard. Why? Why are they coming here? What do they want? Rocco stepped into the forest. Emily grabbed his fur. Wait, you can't go in there again. But something or someone called from inside. A whisper, a voice like broken wind. Rocco, Rocco. Emily heard it. Rocco heard it. Both froze. Emily whispered, trembling. Who's calling you? Rocco winced softly. The voice whispered again. Rocco, come back. Emily backed away, horrified. That voice. It sounded like, but she couldn't finish the sentence. Because she knew. She recognized it instantly. It was the voice of someone who had vanished 3 years ago. Her older brother, Jacob. The brother she never found. The brother whose disappearance no one understood. The brother she never stopped mourning. Emily's heart dropped into her stomach. Jacob. That's not possible. Rocco's eyes flickered. He nudged her hand gently, urging her forward. Emily shook her head violently. No, no, that's not him. That creature is tricking us. The voice whispered again. Softer this time. Almost pleading. Emily, help me. Emily broke. She fell to her knees, crying. Jacob, if you're really there. Rocco barked sharply at her, snapping her out of the trance. When she looked up, he was staring at her with fierce determination, not begging. Warning. He nudged her again, then turned toward the forest. Emily wiped her tears. You're saying, we have to follow the voice. Rocco didn't move. He waited. Emily stood slowly, fear trembling inside her bones. She nodded. Okay, we go together. Rocco stepped into the forest. Emily followed. The trees closed around them like a cage. The darkness thickened. The voice whispered again, farther this time, deeper. And they walked toward it, not knowing whether it belonged to someone lost, or something waiting to devour them both. The deeper Emily and Rocco went into hollow woods, the colder and darker it became. The trees grew unnaturally tall, their twisted branches interlocking overhead so tightly that not even moonlight could slip through. The air felt heavy, thick with whispers, some too faint to understand, others too distorted to be real. Emily kept one hand on Rocco's fur as they walked. Her flashlight flickered weakly, struggling to cut through the darkness. Rocco, she whispered, her voice trembling. If this is really Jacob's voice, we'll find him, okay? But if it's a creature pretending, Rocco growled softly, as if telling her to stay alert. The voice came again. Emily. This time, it sounded closer. So close it vibrated through the trees. Emily's breath shortened. Jacob, but then the voice changed. Help me. I'm trapped. Rocco stiffened. He stared into the darkness ahead, body tense, ears pointed sharply forward. Someone or something was waiting. They reached a clearing they had never seen before. A circular patch of ground lay in the center, covered in symbols carved into the soil, the same symbols from the stone archway. They glowed faintly blue, pulsing like a heartbeat. Emily gasped. This wasn't here last night. Rocco growled. A gust of wind swept through the clearing, swirling the leaves violently. The temperature dropped instantly. Emily hugged herself tightly. Then the voice whispered right behind her ear. Emily. She spun around, screaming. But there was no one there. The trees around the clearing twisted and bent unnaturally, bending inward like ribs forming a cage. The glowing symbols brightened. Rocco stepped in front of Emily, baring his teeth. Something moved inside the symbols, something rising from the ground, like a shadow pulling itself out of the earth. A figure formed, a human-shaped silhouette. Emily's heart stopped. Jacob, she whispered. The shadow turned. For a moment, Just one. She saw her brother's face. The same soft eyes, the same tired smile. Emily, it whispered. She took a step forward, tears pouring down her face. But Rocco growled and jumped between them, forcing her backward. What are you doing? That's Jacob, Emily cried. But Rocco barked sharply, refusing to move. The shadow flickered. Its face twisted. Its arms elongated. Its voice deepened, warping like a broken instrument. Emily, help me. Emily stumbled back in horror. That's not Jacob. The shadow laughed coldly, the sound splitting into multiple voices. Then it lunged. Rocco pushed Emily aside just in time. The shadow slammed into Rocco, pinning him to the ground. Black tendrils wrapped around his legs, his neck, pulling tight. Rocco, Emily screamed. She grabbed a large stick and swung it at the creature. It passed right through, like striking smoke. The creature didn't even flinch. Rocco's glowing blue eyes widened. The symbols on the ground brightened in response. Emily realized something. The runes weren't hurting Rocco. They were reacting to him. Rocco, the portal's energy. It's inside you, she whispered. You can fight it. The creature hissed. The ground shook. Rocco's body glowed brighter and brighter, until light burst out of his chest like a shockwave. The creature shrieked as the energy burned through it. Emily shielded her eyes. When she looked again, the creature staggered back, smoking, but far from defeated. Its form twisted violently, growing taller. Clawed limbs, stretching out until it towered over them like a nightmare-given shape. Rocco barked defiantly. Emily grabbed his fur. I'm with you. Whatever happens, we end this. The creature roared, shaking the clearing. Rocco sprang forward, colliding with the monster in an explosion of blue light and black shadow. Emily jumped aside as the two forces clashed in the center of the glowing symbols. Every impact shook the ground. Lightning-like streaks of blue shot across the trees. The creature wrapped a tendril around Rocco's neck again, dragging him toward the runes, like it was trying to merge him with the portal energy. No, Emily screamed. Without thinking, she ran to the outer ring of symbols and knelt down. She touched the glowing lines. They pulsed under her fingers like living veins. A voice whispered in her mind. Protect the Guardian. Emily gasped and jerked her hand back. Guardian. Rocco is the Guardian. The symbols brightened, as if responding. She placed her hands on them again, closing her eyes. Help him, please. Help him. The symbols flared with blinding blue light. Rocco absorbed the energy instantly. His entire body glowed, brighter than before, brighter than the creature. The creature shrieked, covering its eyes. Rocco lunged. This time, he hit with the force of a storm. The blast threw the creature upward. It slammed into a tree, cracking it in half. Rocco didn't pause. He attacked again, his jaws locking onto the creature's shadowy throat. The monster convulsed, its body unraveling like smoke. Finish it, Rocco, Emily shouted. Rocco's blue aura expanded outward, wrapping the creature like chains made of light. The symbols pulsed faster and faster. Emily realized they weren't just activating, they were closing. The creature thrashed violently, as if realizing too late. Its voice screeched through every tree in the forest. New. The gate is not yet. Rocco released one final burst of glowing energy. The creature dissolved into mist and vanished. The symbols flashed once, then slowly faded to darkness. The clearing fell silent. Rocco collapsed. Emily rushed to him, screaming, Rocco, Rocco, please. His breathing was shallow. His eyes, no longer glowing, fluttered weakly. Emily pressed her forehead to his. Please don't leave me. You saved me. You saved everyone. Rocco whimpered softly. Her tears soaked into his fur. Then Rocco's chest rose slowly. He opened his eyes. Normal brown. Warm. Alive. Emily laughed through tears. Rocco, you're back. She hugged him tightly. Rocco licked her cheek, tail wagging weakly. The portal energy had left him. The danger was gone. But something else surprised her. A faint, gentle voice whispered through the trees different from before. Emily. Her heart skipped. Jacob. But it wasn't a cry for help. It was a goodbye. Thank you. Go home. Emily cried softly, but smiled. Goodbye, Jacob. Rocco nudged her gently, as if saying he understood. They walked out of the forest as dawn painted the sky. The village found them on the road, muddy, exhausted, but alive. People rushed to them. Some hugged Emily. Others stared at Rocco in awe. What happened? Is the monster gone? Are you both okay? Emily looked down at Rocco. He looked up with warm, loyal eyes. She smiled. It's over. Rocco saved us. From that day forward, Rocco wasn't just a stray. He was the guardian of Greenford the dog who fought shadows, protected a village, and brought a girl home. And Emily never walked alone again. Because a loyal guardian never leaves.